What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so in this one here, we're going to be taking Medusa in against Galactus. So I've got her uniform, and I got her to level 70, so I figured it's time to try her out. I did not transcend her potential, as you can see down here, because I don't have all of her gears at 25. I'm kind of low on black antimatter right now, so that's why I haven't done that. All her gears are still at 20, but I do have her awakening skill, and her awakening skill is maxed, so we do have that. So the only thing we're missing here that could get her even more of a buff is going to be the transcendent potential. So I'll probably be doing that, of course, in the future because I do like how Medusa plays. So it's just once I get enough resources. So that'll probably be an upcoming video. Once I transcend her potential, I will take her in against Galactus again and try her out a little bit more there. So let's go ahead and take a look at my build here on Medusa before we hop into the gameplay. For the skills, as you can see, I do have the Transcendent skill, and I've got 3, 4, and 5 leveled up. 1 and 2 are just sitting there at level 2, so I didn't really bother with those. For her ISO 8 set, we have Power of Angry Hulk. It is a stage 6, so you have just 6-star ISOs on her. For her obelisk here, we just have a guard break immunity 120 proc, and that is just what I had on her before the update here, so before the uniform and her potential being unlocked. This is, or not a potential, before her awakening skill being unlocked. This was the obelisk that I had on her, so I just kind of kept it on her to try her out just to see how much I liked her on my account. And then for the uniform, we have it upgraded to heroic, so we can go ahead and take a look here. And then the few uniform options that I can see here are just Crystal, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man 2099. We have Hulk, the team suit version. And then we have, whoops, the Cyclops Phoenix 5. Oh, actually, I have enough biometrics here. We can see what the last one is. Let's go ahead and what do we want to do? Boom and boom. Let's upgrade that uniform. And what do we get? What is the last option? It is going to be, oh, Luna Snow's Andromeda suit. Fantastic. So just get a few more bios for her, and then I can upgrade that. So that's what my Medusa is looking like here. Let's go ahead and show you the details. We have max attack speed. Our crit rate and crit damage are very low. Our ignore defense is just at 50%, and her skill cooldown's only at 42. Oh, that might have been why I was having some problems in the video with her skill rotation. I was like, man, I have to wait a long time for that 5th skill to come off of cooldown. I already recorded the clear against Galactus, so I'm doing this intro here after I've already done the Galactus clip. So this is the stats I was using. So even if I change her now, that's not going to affect the clip that I already recorded. So the clip that you're going to see, she is only at 42, almost 43% skill cooldown, so I really need to do something about that. I kind of blanked on that. I thought I had max skill cooldown on her, but I guess not, so I will have to fix that. What do we have on this gear? Ignore defense, okay. Alright, yeah, that kind of explains a little bit why I was having issues with her skill rotation. But anyway, now that I've kind of shown you my stats for Medusa here, let's go ahead and hop into the clip against Galactus and see how she actually did with this current build. Alright, so here we are loading into the fight. We have 2 random teammates here, one with just a level 70 Hulk, the other has 2 tier 3s there, to hopefully try to help us out a little bit here, but not really holding out any hopes for them to be doing a significant amount of damage. So the team that I decided to go with, since Medusa has her own self-buffing leadership, I just went with 2 supports there. I just kind of chose 2 random supports. There's no real reason why I have Wave and Valkyrie there. You could use someone else if you wanted to, but yeah, that's just the ones I decided to select. And of course, Medusa has her own support passive as well that applies to all the Inhumans, so she basically has a quadruple buff going on here. She's got 3 support passives and her own leadership, so that is going to be boosting her up significantly in terms of her stats there. But is it going to be enough here against Galactus? So as you saw when I just went over my build with her, I do not have her transcended, so I don't have her finished up to get that extra stat boost that'll get her closer to kind of like the tier 3 stat threshold. So keep that in mind. I still have some room for improvement here, but overall I was actually pretty happy with how Medusa was performing. The only thing I wasn't very happy with was the skill cooldowns, but after seeing that I didn't have her skill cooldown as high as I thought it was, that kind of makes a little bit more sense. So I'm going to get that extra, what, 7% skill cooldown, and then hopefully she'll feel a little bit better to play. But for right now, I'm basically proccing on the 4th skill with my damage proc on my regular rotation, because the 4th skill still is on a 7-second cooldown, or at least I think it's still a 7-second cooldown, even with my cooldowns where they are. Oh no, it's a 9-second cooldown. What? I thought she had a... I've already forgotten because I'm recording this voiceover a few days after, well, not a few days, I recorded yesterday my intro, so yeah, it's a day later. So I've already forgotten, but yeah, 9 seconds. For some reason I thought that was on a shorter cooldown. But anyway, then we pop the 3rd skill for the buff, so I always use the 3rd skill before whatever skill I decide to proc on. Every once in a while I kind of switch it up and try to proc on the 5th skill, but ideally, if I didn't really have to worry about the proc, or I could tell the proc to activate on a certain skill, I would like to do 3, 4, and then proc on the 5th skill while I still have some of the residual damage from the 4th skill, because after she jumps up in the air from the 4th skill and shoots her hair down in the ground, you get a little bit of extra damage from kind of her hair shooting up from the ground and doing a little extra damage while you go into the next skill. But overall, the 4th skill does do a pretty good amount of damage, so it's definitely a viable skill to proc on, so I wouldn't really go out of your way to proc on the 5th skill. The 5th skill is nice for protection, because of course you get that invincibility while using it, but her moneymaker is going to be her awakening skill, or the 6th skill, because that does the most damage. So I definitely try to do 3, cancel into the awakening skill, and get my proc that way, because that's going to be the bulk of my damage here in GBR and in any other game mode that you're really going to be using her in. So yeah, that's my rotation that I like to try to do here, or at least my reasoning behind it. So yeah, now we'll just let Medusa do a little bit of work here. This is going to be a very long clear, or I don't even think I cleared this, but we're going to go like the full 10 minutes here. As you can see, we were already 1 teammate down, so now we just have that level 70 tier 2 Hulk to try to help us out a little bit, and he does actually survive quite a bit, and I think, yeah, he is smart enough to go for the orbs here, so that is fantastic. So Galactus doesn't heal up a ton. So yeah, for Medusa, I'm definitely planning on getting her, you know, transcended. So I just need to get her gears leveled up and then do that transcendence, and then we'll try her out again, because that stat boost is significant. So I'm kind of curious to see how much of a difference it's going to make for her, because she was introduced after they've already done like the rework to the awakening system, so her stats should have already been balanced from the start. So we'll see what kind of buff she gets afterwards, because she's already doing really good here even without being transcended. But you do want to have her awakening skill, because her awakening skill is going to be a bulk of her damage. If you don't have the awakening skill, I mean, she still does pretty good with this uniform, and you can definitely just use her as a support for other Inhumans as well if you want to go that route. But if you want to kind of get the most, or use Medusa effectively for like War Boss Ultimate, or even in GBR here as you see, then you're definitely going to need that awakening skill. So here we go. Galactus just doing back-to-back purple attacks, but luckily he made his little protective dome a little too close to him, so I could just sit in the dome and still do attacks and not get launched out of it. Oh, he's going to do the most annoying attack that he has. The giant orbs of death. I do not like this attack. Look how long it takes. You have to just sit here and wait and wait. Oh yeah, no, we're still waiting. Yeah, you gotta, no. All right, now you can go in, because you gotta wait for that final orb to explode, and then you gotta wait for kind of that little lit up residual damage on the ground to go away as well, because that will actually one-shot you. Like that little circle that kind of has a little residual lightning even after the whole orb itself has disappeared, it will still one-shot you if you walk into that, and that is very annoying and very frustrating, because I have made that mistake a few times where I thought I was safe to walk forward, and then nope, just instant death. But anyway, we're doing pretty good here. As you can see, Medusa's survivability is fantastic with this uniform. I don't really have to worry about trying to keep her alive. She has enough iframes and healing to you know, power through anything that Galactus can throw at her, outside of course the purple attacks that will just pierce and penetrate everything and kill you. But yeah, so We got about 3 minutes, 40 seconds left here, so I think we'll just go ahead and skip to the end, and then we can see the final results on how much damage she actually did. Alright, we're down to like the final 20 seconds here. He's back with some unblockable stuff, and as you can see, the Hulk is still alive, or She-Hulk in this case, so I don't remember if Hulk died or not, but yeah, this guy was able to help out until the very end here, and he's going to finish with my least favorite attack so that I can't get any damage in for this last 10 seconds to try to, you know, boost up my damage a little bit here. So let's see what our final numbers are here for Medusa. So in the entire 10 minutes, she was able to do 42 and about a half damage. So 42.5 million damage in the 10 minutes. So that is actually really good. So more than enough damage to be able to clear Galactus as long as you have some capable teammates. As you can see, these guys weren't helping me out enough here. Because as long as all your team does more than 24 million damage, you will be able to beat Galactus. So if you have three people with their DPS doing 24 million, you are good to go. So as you can see, Medusa definitely cleared that. She can probably do like half the damage, where she's doing more than half the damage there in the 10 minutes. So yeah, overall, or actually not more than half, she's doing around half his health. So overall, Medusa's looking really good. She can be a viable option here against Galactus, because keep in mind, I do have a subpar build on my Medusa. I definitely have a lot of room for improvement in terms of her obelisk, and then also transcending her. So when I replace, or not replace, but when I replace the obelisk and transcend her, I'm curious to see how much better she'll do here. But that's going to be it for this video here. Let me know how you're enjoying Medusa, if you got her uniform, if you transcended here, or if you're waiting until after all of the free transcendent, you know, time period has expired, so you're going to work on the other characters while you can get them, you know, Gears 25 for free and the potential for free, and then work on Medusa after that. But yeah, I'm curious to know how you're liking Medusa. But for me, that's it on this particular video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.